Welcome to Man Enough, where we talk about truth, growth, and peace over ego. Let's talk about it. You know, we all had relationships. We all didn't have relationships, crazy ones, whatever. In a relationship where you with the opposite sex, a teacher, all had experiences and whatnot. You feel me? So it's like I just think that when it comes to certain interactions and relationships that you've had over the years, at least for me, it's like there's some that are real good and there's some that are bad. Like I was talking about my teacher in the 4th grade. I've said this on another video where it was like, man, I will never forget my teacher, Miss Chandler, dog. Like, I was funky in class. I don't know if you haven't heard the story, here it go, real quick, right? I was young, 4th grade, and I was funky in class. Now, this is a black teacher. I was funky in class because I had just came from recess or whatever, right? You know, when you go in for recess or go out for recess back in the day or whatever, and we out on the football field, we on the basketball court or whatever, 30 minutes for a recess or whatever. I'm coming in, I'm sitting in the front of the class, and she was like, let me talk to you for a second outside. She was like, yeah, when you go home today, make sure you tell your parents to get you some deodorant, right? Like, she said it, took me outside and said it like, yo, you funky, but I don't want to embarrass you. She could have embarrassed me. She could have went off and said, oh my God, who is funky in this class? Like, Lewis, is that you? She could have did that, right? She could have did that. She didn't do that though. So I say that to say, like, as a matter of fact, I was talking to this driver, and she was talking about how her kid, how her kid's teacher is a young lady, and she really isn't teaching, right? It made me think, like, again, it made me think about all the people that I've had in my life or whatever that has had a positive influence or negative influence, right? And what it made me think about was me playing basketball when I was in college, and this actual coach that I had in college that was not all that great, right? When I was a kid and 18 years old, it was me and my partner, right? And I will say this, the coach that I had, he taught me defense. I will give him credit for that. He taught me defense. But at that age, the confidence that you can either instill in the kid or snatch or suck away the energy, you know what I'm saying, for the love that I had for basketball, the love that a couple of people that I knew, you know what I mean, that went there before me and after me, it's like the energy that he gave and sucked out of the players was crazy. It was crazy. And I'll give you an example. It's like how one decision changed the course, the thought process. I said this before in another video or whatever, right? It was like me and my partner, and me and my partner is cool to this day, right? And even if he, you know what I'm saying, ever see this, but this is one of those things where in the end it's like major. We're both playing. We're this coach that I'm talking about that has so much influence. We love basketball. This is a passion. We love basketball. I love basketball, right? I'm 18 years old, right? It's like, go play, go away to college, and you're in the hands of this coach, this guy away from home that is basically another parent, right? Quote unquote. Well, he actually gave my homeboy the green light when we was playing, right? We're playing and on this basketball team, and in front of everybody, he's like, who's the only person that has the green light to shoot? My partner got the green light to shoot. 2 games before this, he's saying this. 2 games later, my boy was about to quit. We went, did something crazy, didn't go to practice, and was trying to get home and go back to our hometown, and we made a bad decision and didn't go to practice, right? We skipped practice. Well, he made us run the entire practice when we got back on that Monday, right? Well, that caused us to be like, and then he told my boy, then he made us sit on the bench. It was like once we didn't go to practice, the penalty was crazy. It was like death. It was like he made us run the whole practice for missing, and then he sat us on the bench, right? So it was like my boys like we 18. It was like he took our confidence. You know what I mean? It was like we made a bad mistake, but it was like it was tanked. We went from this high to under the jail, basically. You know what I mean? It was like, and that ego for at the moment, it was like I'm quitting too. I'm quit, and that decision to quit or not quit because of turmoil or something that you're going through the fire with. It's something that is you're going through something and it's hard, and it's like I'm quitting because you ain't never went through it before. But that coach, his confidence, he could have just said he could have went another route. It could have went another route but his ego, I believe, is like, oh, y'all gonna do this to me. He wanted to be the bigger person, and I'm not gonna knock him and his how I felt about it then and how I felt about it now. I'm just saying, as far as when it comes to at that age, relationships and people who have power and who are above you and what they can do to you at that point in time, it's like I could have quit. I wanted to quit. My boy did quit. It's like speaking about those times in that moment, it was like what happened was my parents was like, you are not quitting. If you quit, you're gonna quit on everything. You'll quit on anything and everything in a minute if you quit this. Hey, this is just a visual diary of a man becoming whole. This is man enough. This is peace over ego. What y'all think? Who did y'all have? Who was the person in your life that you had that was that fork in the road? Was either that help or that hindrance? Y'all leave me something in the comments. Cause listen, bottom line is, it's gonna be somebody. You want it to be something positive, but it's gonna be something negative, and it's in your life. And you just gotta be able to know how to overcome it. You gotta always know how to keep going, no matter what. When you at your wit's end and you ready to quit, don't ever quit. Cause something positive is gonna come out of it on the other side. Something positive is gonna come out